Casey, I just did a whole video and then noticed it hadn't recorded. I don't look too bad in this lot. I've just got that very like dour brow. My brother's got a thinking, like I said, my brother's got a thinking man's brow as well. It's reassuring because he looks good even though he's got a thinking man's brow. Maybe I do focus a bit too much on the brow when I look at photos. Sometimes in photographs I don't have a thinking man's brow. It's just because I do so much. You need no, that's the problem I had when I was in Trees before. You don't generally get dinkers in little towns, and if you do, they'll generally get sent. Or somewhere like a big place like Birmingham, you know, dinkers can really do things like say our company. Oh yeah, so I suppose you didn't see the Christmas lights I showed you. Good. See, they are nice. But it's just a bit. Like people who live in little places like Shrewsbury just want to find someone else who lives in a little place like Shrewsbury and settle down and have the family that they grow up in Shrewsbury. I wouldn't want to live in London because I'd run away to London. When I've got used to it, I usually go to London. I don't really like London too. And then you do wonder all these people like having this like living the London high, like how much of a good time they're actually having or how much it's all just plastic. The way people
Right, girls, no, come here a minute. Let me just put these in here.
Birmingham.
I know what. Can you stay away for a minute? Just both of you stay away, please. Both of you go away. Stay away. Look away. And then I'm going to put the other bag on top of it to hide it. Okay. Perfect. That's a perfect solution. There you go. Now I can see. Right, let's just go to one shop for a shot of right now. No, you're supposed to. Is that the car? Very late. Hey! Oh, she finished in like 2 minutes. Did you not? 2 minutes.
Yes, I'm like, well, one stroke man, people watching. I mean, it's all these social media. I suppose they might not let me upload this if I say this, but all these social media companies do blatantly mess around with my feed. Because, like, some of those Twitter live videos I've made don't even have, like, one view, or they have one, but it's like people from the mental hospital watch them. So it's like there's obviously something going on there. You know, some of them say, look, only one person's watched it, but it's got to be at least about like 10 or 20, so there's obviously something a bit fishy going on. And you have to understand, like, whether this works, whether I'm psychotic or not. I do sometimes think, hang on a minute. You know, like, I think I'm famous, but I'm in a secure unit. I mean, it's like, what are the chances really that I'm famous just because I think I am? I don't really sort of prove if I am. But then I immediately sort of think, well, why would I get all these endless tweets of big name celebrities? Jonathan Ross followed me on Twitter on an old Twitter. I think that was the one that got closed down, but I don't even know. I could have, no, my problem's more just being stupid. I could have DM'd him, but it never occurred to me. I sort of, or it probably did occur to me, and then I sort of thought, oh, well, I'll leave it till I've got something good to say, and then just forgot to do it. You know. I did send him one public message saying, like celebrities meant to say, do you know who I am? To waiters, etc. Now I'll be able to, you know, one of my 40 tweets of followers, it's ridiculous. And then, you know, anyone watching this who does think I'm just a complete full-blown nutcase, he really was Jonathan Ross, because he had like 8 million or however many million followers in the blue tick. You know, I kept looking at it, sort of thinking, like, you know, so that sort of suggests all this stuff about like Movember and everything is good, and there might be bits of it that are just my imagination. And I'm really slow when I'm on the wrong drugs, which is like when I'm sober, basically. So it's like I only just realise this is happening. And now I'm sitting here, no one's particularly looking at me. Occasionally people sort of give me menacing looks, but no one's particularly paying much attention to me. So it's like, there's nothing. But then that's because of the superconductor and possibly because all the people that I used to know from before have been cleansed down the through. I'm falling on I am born again. I'm back to say to you. It is. I'm allowing my bank card when I come out. So it's like, but it's good that it's the beginning of winter because you could sleep on the streets in winter, but you'd have to buy a sleeping bag, and then probably some of the other tramps wouldn't have sleeping bags, so they might try and nick your sleeping bag off you. I mean, there is a decent camera of the rear of my tram. But even in sleep, I think you had sleeping around you or you coat inside the sleeping bag. But I'm nearly out now, so I'm not absconding. I've got too much to look forward to staying in as well now. Like I can go and see my family to their house without staff with me. So that's too nice to. If I'm absconded, I'd lose all that. I'd lose all this. I feel a little bit drunk all the time because of the that dream I had last night. It was to say similar to that one where the bloke tries to stab him and I grabbed the knife off him and tell him to F off, but then he pulls out another knife and then I grabbed that knife. And it was the same as that, except in this one he pulled out a third knife. It was a different car. I don't know what that's all about. I think people had 3 knives on. I did myself my Christmas shopping in town, and then by the end it was like I started to feel a bit like a normal person. Like there were people getting a bit irritable with the like staff a bit slow in the shops, and I still like I'm still critical of it, but I felt like a chopper as well. I felt like places to be on, and I still didn't blame the shop staff because I would work fast if I worked in a shop. But yeah, but it was just like it's. I think by the time I went home, it was getting a little bit dark, and it was like I'd done my Christmas shopping. I felt like Christmas because Christmas is a really depressing time for me. Remembering how much I loved it when I was little. Now it's pretty much just another day. To, I like buying Christmas presents for people because you can really put some time into it and think about what you're going to get. But that's the only good part of it, that made me getting something I really love. Like I said, Birmingham's the place that it really chill. And it's just like there's this like affinity among the people of Birmingham. Everyone talks to everyone in Birmingham. You don't get little cliques of people kind of like people who have a chat with a tramp, you know. Within London, people like people see tramps as nobody. I've probably said this before, but then if you want like the nightclubbing and all that side of stuff, it's got that as well. It's just all the people in the nightclubs are nicer as well, kind of thing. But Wolverhampton's fine as well. That's where it looks like I'm going. I went. Well, I've already said the name of one. The people from there never see it. So I rang up the other day, and whoever answered the phone, well, it was Carl. Someone, I didn't slam the phone up, but it meant, like, I don't know if they pressed a button on the phone or something. But it's like, that doesn't, I'm not expecting to come there for it to just be a bed of roses. I know there'll be people who give me shit there. It's like I'm ready for that. I'm not expecting you to go, oh, Alex, we've all missed you so much. you know, it's like I'm willing to come in and there be people who give me shit because you know, in a place like that with like 20 people, there'll always be some people you get on with. But then I'm up for it, you know. And like I said, I'd be quite happy to come back to the main unit, spend a few months there getting to know Wolverhampton again. Maybe like give me unescorted leave after 2 or 3 months. As long as I was first on the list to go to Tales Hill. Yeah. I, if anything, I'd prefer that because it'd be weird. You know, I would want to look round Hills Hill because there's just like a small number, very small number of people that might be coming through the Sedgley houses that I wouldn't particularly want to be at Hills Hill with, but then only a very small number of people like 2 or 3. But then it would depend who else was there as well, you know. So it's like I'd almost certainly want to come there. But it's like I know I'll have to get back into that like uber respectful kind of city life. Like I'm used to being in a little town again now, where like so it's like I probably developed a more Shrewsbury accent again and everything. It's like I know I'll have some adjusting to do and I'll get shit off people and like I'm ready for that, you know. Because the moment I get used to being in a town, in a city, I love it. You know, it's like people have much. It's not like people have much more respect for people. People do have much more respect for each other, and they sort of because you know what I felt when I was there. Like it did get very stressful at times, like very, very stressful. But I sort of felt at least like people would only hurt me if I deserved it, you know. I mean, I was never completely 100% sure whether I did deserve it or not, but it was that's what was good about it. Whereas at some other places I've been, it's like everyone's just after me, like whatever, you know. So I'd say Jess as well as Nat, because you're the manager there now, Jess. So I'll say, well, I didn't say his surname, so I will post it. Because no one's going to be able to look you up on like Facebook or something with just your first name, are they? So, I mean, there's lots of people called Jess in the world. I mean, I will think about it before I post it. Think it through. But like I said, I'm not expecting to. I mean, I'm not expecting to be treated any different to other patients. I'm not expecting a bed of roses. I'm just expecting to arrive there, get shit off some people, not get shit off other people, slowly build relationships with people, resolve conflicts, you know, like a man, you know. I mean, I felt when I was there before that I was quite a sort of positive influence there. I tried to like bring people together. Well, I'm not. That's just who I am. I'm not expected to get credit. Um, yeah, I mean, I won't say any. Well, I won't say much. Like, I'm not expecting any different treatment to anyone else. You know, I am very, very keen to come back. You know, the new hospital's in a new building and everything. It's all kept very clean. But it's like it's a bit like the lodge. It's too quiet. You know, and you wonder why it's so quiet. And I'm not going to abscond in between now and then. Because you may be thinking, because I've only just been allowed out with my bank card on me, I'll probably leg it in a few weeks, but I won't. It's like, uh, I mean, because I've realised now I've got to do this properly if I want to get out of hospital. I can't just go on these one man like vendors across the country and expect to sort of, even though I do prove a lot, I'm never going to prove everything that needs to be proven in one go. You know what these places want is that you can show you can live a normal life, you know, and I have realised I do have to live some kind of a normal life. If I go back to drinking every day, my life will just fall apart, because it always does, you know. Fall out with your neighbours, we fell out with it's only really one of my neighbours that I fell out with. But then I fell out really, really badly with him, and he just gave me any look. Uh, but you know, when I find if I get heavy on the drink, like I'm drinking every day, things go downhill quite quickly in terms of. You still have good times, like there'll still be days where you drink and you get in a really good mood and you go out. And then like, you might find time to get cannabis off, and then you have a good night, and everything's really, you know, and then you come home and you're watching telly stuff before you go to sleep, and it's really sort of fascinating. And but it's like you generally feel worse and worse, like like the average of how you feel. But But now I feel great. It's like, you know, you shouldn't underestimate what a miracle these antidepressants have been. Because it's like, you know, all the things that bothered me most, all the things they've helped with most, you know. It's like I did have this, like, inhibited, kind of uncomfortable feeling about myself. That's completely gone now. Like, it just makes me feel like I'd had about, just makes me feel like I was in a brilliant mood and I'd had about sort of 2 or 3 pints on top, you know, but I feel like that all the time. And I stopped drinking coffee now as well, so I'm like, you know, the moment I stopped drinking coffee, I realised how stupid it was that I used to drink coffee, because you just peak and trough all day if you drink coffee. The moment I stopped, I don't really get down now, because I'd have a coffee and then about an hour later I'd sort of be like, ah. But now I just feel better and better all day. I wake up, taking my wake up and then feel better and better all that. It's nearly fine. I've got to be back for 6. I might just keep making things. I only drink sugary drinks when I'm out. That's my rule. Don't cut down the sugar load. Because back when I was like at your place, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd go down the shop and get like two massive bowls, like 2 massive 2 litre bowls of Coca-Cola. I never take Coca-Cola back on the unit now because it makes me too hot. I mean, to be completely honest, I'm still quite keen very keen to smoke cannabis. But that'll be a thing for once I'm out of the mental health system and I'm living my own life and I'm responsible for my own actions, you know. Because I should be able to make some money out of this computer game programming thing. My little game, I'll keep calling it my little game, but it's not a little game really. It's like it is like the graphics aren't much yet, but the actual game itself very, very cleverly written, you know. It builds on a game that was very successful, except that kind of the most recent franchises, this game it's been made, based on the most recent versions of it have been a bit rubbish. But then my version takes it back to basics, makes it more intuitive, and makes it way, way better, I think. I won't sell it for anything like what they sell theirs for, just sell it for like, I don't know, you'd have to find a sort of attractive price point. I'm no good at stuff like that, so don't Dragon's Den with it, really. Maybe just like when the staff suggested $2, you could sell it for $2, and 100,000 people buy it, that's 200 grand. That's enough to get you out of the mental health system. But considering that game that it's based on was so successful, and that game it was based on probably retails for about like sort of 59.95 or something. If I'm selling my better version like £2, $2, you think like it's just a matter of whether I can do the graphics good enough to entice people in. That's going to be one of the problems. I'm hoping my brother can help me with that. Because it's like you do need good graphics. If they're really amateur, you need at least kind of pleasant graphics. I mean, it has got pleasant graphics, but they're quite amateur. But the actual underlying game is really, really, really cleverly designed. I do get tempted to Scott, but then I just sort of think of what I'd be losing. Some days, some feel right, some days it's better. It's the middle of winter. Well, it's the beginning of winter. Well, Yeah, so that's my basic sort of sensible life plan, which sort of fits in with whether I'm psychotic or not. So if all my grandiose delusions about being famous and that are all grandiose delusions, then it fits in with that as well. But then if I'm just a complete nutcase, it fits in with that too, kind of thing. So it works both ways. Is this computer game programming? Like I must have spent thousands of hours programming these games, but there's one I'm set on now. I haven't really done any on any of the others since I've been at the new holiday, and it's really kind of fun. It's programmed in a very neat way, so it can completely drive new bits too. There's not much extra code that needs to be put. It normally slots in quite nicely. You don't have to go back and change old bits you did before, kind of. So the first version will be released for free, and then I'll release a second version, which I've already planned what the extra things in the second version would be, and then that'll retail for maybe like $2. So hopefully build up a bit of a base of people who like the first version, and then they sort of think, well, if they get a whole new, version 2 for $2, that's worth it. And then you could have version 3, which is like maybe $2 again or $5. I mean, it is a very like geeky strategy game, which not all my games are, but this is the one that I can see you really taking on. No, 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 no. Fine. No, I'm going to I have to kind of plough two furrows with all my psychotic beliefs. Because if it, I am, that's something, it's respect due to the person who wrote it in my report. Instead of, Alex has, uh, Alex suffers from grandiose and persecutory delusions, but does have glimpses of it. So in my last report, it said, how did he put it? Alex still has very fixed delusions / preoccupations and grandiose ideas. I was like, get this. I think it's because of the thing of me keeps Lemon. That's why all this is happening. But I had a genius, like, who I seem to work out, like, what that program is. You have to sort of come into the happy world that I'm almost coming into now, looking at my picture, because I do look quite handsome, unusually. Have to come into that world, like into the light, and then find people to look up to it, and that's when you start to get both selected. But I mean, it's like 20 years old now, anyway. And I don't see what this obsession with looking up to people is, and the moment you sort of start to understand about um, all the weird stuff like the Illuminati and the lizard people and all that, which may or may not be true, it's like it just seems at least like all this celebrity culture and stuff is just put there to distract us from that kind of thing. But I can't see that because there's no kind of I'm not, 'cause it's like I don't currently look up to anyone. I'm not like particularly bothered whether people look up to me or not. It's not important, you know. I just want to be happy. You know, I used well. I mean, I looked up to Kurt Cobain and Richie Manning, but they're both dead. You know, you know. Then since Tom York wrote Karma Police, I mean, I still don't get that song. But you know, from what I understand of what it means, I don't like that song. But it's a bit like Nigel Farage, as he sort of said, someone younger and better than him came along. He'd been great because he could just go and spend all his time in the pub. He only does it because there's no one younger and better than him to take his place. That's how I feel. If like some super person like that came along, some Superman or woman, and we got to see it, if some Superman came along, like the new 20-year-old Richie Manigault, the new 20-year-old Kurt Cobain, I'd just think great, and then I'd just focus on, you know, living my life, and I'd leave it down. It's got me high, this Frappuccino. I went tea Frappuccino instead of Frappuccino tea. Maybe the tea like loose. Well, so that clock says 5. So oh yeah, just a little. If anyone from VZ, because of that VZ driver looking at me trying to, because the girl who was sitting there just going VZ taxi. If any VZ drivers watched it, I did notice that I was charged 3 times for the last VZ taxi, but that could be a Christmas present to you. Get him to borrow you a frappuccino. What's she doing now? The picture's gone funny on the screen. Um, it should go back normally. It's still recording. I did this whole video before, but then it didn't record. So I went to look at it in my settings thing. It only recorded the 6 seconds. But this one's better, really. Although that one probably had good stuff in it. I just can't remember that much of what it was saying. Well, I'll just continue with it on this with local brand. It has helped my skin using that man bun stuff. Still got the customary nose glue, but that's just my age. I think it's indeed. Oh, just in case, I will say, just in case a certain person used to work on our ward sees this, which she probably won't. But I thought I saw you walking along with a group of your friends in town the other day. It was when I was out with Stan, and then it was, and you are so disappointed. I would like to see you again. I'm not saying anything else because I might accidentally mess up and reveal who you are. You'll probably know who you are. I do really miss you. You're just so easy to talk to and kind of passionate. And I won't say anymore because I might accidentally give away who you are. I don't know if that clock's right. 'Cause maybe it's saying 5:10, but it seems to have been saying 5:10 for about 20 minutes. I don't think all the staff keep telling me to get my hair cut. I don't think it looks too bad. I got it all shaved off. Not shaved off, but like a neat hairdresser cut. And then one of them said I look like someone out of a boy band. And I thought, well, I don't think that's right. I prefer it all bushy and messed up like this. I think it looks distinct with the mousy beard. It is quite, it does look quite handlebarish in this light, actually, thinking about handlebar bum flap. I have to get the haircut, so I might go to Turkish barbers around. You hear a lot of stories about like foreign taxi drivers and foreign barbers and so on in Shrewsbury. I'm not used to that. It does make me uncomfortable because it's like this. Oh, this foreign taxi driver did this, and you sort of think, well, there could be more to it. Because somewhere like Wolverhampton, all people from all different countries are just commonplace. But like a little place like Shrewsbury, it's like, even 10 years ago, pretty much everyone in Shrewsbury was white, so. But then the way I try and look at it is you've got to try and see it from everyone's point of view at the same time. It's like, might be a bit strange if you're used to only ever seeing white people, but suddenly get quite a large amount of people from a different race moving it. Might take a bit of time to get used to. But some of it can be, just, this taxi driver apparently did this, and this girl was really scared. But in somewhere like Wolverhampton, none of the taxi drivers there have seemed to do anything that's scared. Then just to finish off, if people from Sedgley have watched this video, I know I'd have to read, because I'm back to a bit. Well, it's weird because all the staff on our ward are either white British people or they're from Nigeria. There's pretty much no one from anywhere else. But I know I'd have to readjust to the very respectful, and I like it how multicultural Wolverhampton is. Like the way you can have all different races, all different religions. But it's the thing I liked a lot about Sedgley House is everyone respected each other's religion, not just their races, it's kind of. I started reading the Quran when I was in Sedgley House. I'm going to probably said in other videos, it's very, very powerful, beautiful, really. But it's it doesn't rule out other religions, so it sort of ties them all up neatly into a final religion kind of thing. There were a few bits that bothered me a little bit, but it's sorry if anything I've said in these videos has seemed a bit like small town kind of prejudice. But I didn't mean it to be. I mean, that's just because I got rappers on radio when extra possibly rapping about how they sort of want me to die and so on. So it's you're gonna get a bit kind of defensive about that one. But yeah, if I get there and everyone's all from different religions and so on, I'll be really pleased. I like that. Remember, there was an older Muslim guy who was there for quite a while. Obviously, I won't say his name, but he taught me a lot. He was there when I first got there. Um, the stuff I learned about uh, but it's still only saying 4:15. I'll just let it get to an hour and then I'll because that clock might be running slow or something. But I know, I know I'll have to readjust to City Life, and I'm looking forward to that process. It hasn't done me any good being back in a little town again. It's regressed, if anything. Oh, it's good. No regress. I don't even know if that's how it goes. But I have regressed being back in a little town. I mean, it's quite good that a lot of the patients on the ward are from the city. But I shouldn't sound that, but that's so big-headed. I do get this weird big-headed shit that comes in my head. I don't think that's even how it goes. You know, I have regrets, and it's like I don't like being in a little town. Like I've said before, the respect boundaries are different. It's like if classiness is more important, if you're classy, you can just kind of bitch people off. You know, places like Wolverhampton and Birmingham are like that. You still get classy people, but they don't like bitch off people who they see as less classy. It's like, and it just means that because the whole place is designed like that, it means that it's normal. So if you kind of object, then it's like people sort of think, well, they're not exactly, the whole town's not going to change just for one person, is it? So I end up sitting outside Starbucks, kind of humming to myself, quiet. I wouldn't be doing that in Wolverhampton. Because all I'll say about it, I won't say what this other place they might be sending me to is. But if that's the place they've got lined up for me, there'll probably be something about it that means they can, like, there'll be some category of person that they're putting me in. They're classing me under a particular category of mental patient that will suit their needs, or like, or they'll have people, well, I mean, they will have people there planted there already, ready to make my life a misery, you know, which there actually were in your place. I mean, I won't say who, but if I come back to Sedgy House, I'm sort of catching unawares, I'm throwing them off the scent, and also, like, I may have managed to win round some of the people who were, like, planted at your place a bit. With all the people that have been planted at my new place, I haven't won any of them round, I don't think. I might end this video because I'm going to have to phone the taxi and I'll make it an hour long. I'm going to try and make it exactly an hour. What's this clock? It's saying 20 past now, so I don't think that clock's broke. I'll talk for a bit longer. I mean, I could talk about people I meet from there, but I don't know if I start describing people, I might go too it's obviously like a blonde girl who works there that I meet a lot. But she probably doesn't miss me at all. I'm not expecting her to, but I still miss her. How are you? Something fine. But are you know, it's nice to me. Like the way she just get really wound up by me all the time. If she wouldn't like take the piss, she just like fly off. And I used to find it sweet. She just thought, but like a few seconds, you could think of some really like sarky things to say to calm me down. Which I used to find that sweet. I loads of you on the the 50 Cent fan of me. Such a lovely guy. I mean, he was a bit like he did kind of. He wasn't very nice to me on the last day. But again, like particularly after I said that stuff in that video, it's like I feel like I could make that back up again, but I know, but then if he doesn't want to, that's up to him. We can just have a sort of tense professional relationship, it's like I'm bowing up for it, that's what I'm trying to say. Like I feel like I could make that up with it. But then if he doesn't want to, then we can just have a tense professional relationship and just, you know. There's loads of people there. And I won't go through all of them. Um, my phone's gone funny again. It seems to be when I stand up and do this, it goes. There it is. After 25 hours. I know you've got to be back for. I won't name any. I won't try and talk about any of the people because it's like if I said I might and give away too much about them. The people outside the hospital would know who I am. But any of you, like any of the stuff I've said in these Twitter live videos, any of you that this is a YouTube video. Any of you that have just been like God, how can you say such disgusting things or whatever? Like, I feel like I could make that up with you, but if I get there and you don't want to make it up with me, that's entirely up to you. We can just have a tense sort of professional relationship and I can just sit and smoke in the garden. And I'm not, if you don't want to make up with me, I won't keep pushing it. I feel like I can make it up with you. I don't feel like I was doing anything wrong. Maybe the odd word here and there I could use slightly different words. Yeah, I know sometimes people just feel like things have gone too far and they don't feel like. But I would really, really like to come back next. I really liked it. When I first got back after absconding that last time, it was very, very stressful when I couldn't sleep. And I was on all that lorazepam and stuff. But it got better and better and better and better, basically, until the doctor in his infinite wisdom. Well, I mean, I did like him. I mean, I've already said to him, haven't I? Doctor's like, well, I did like him. I could never quite work out because he would seem to have this kind of. I could never quite work him out. Because I don't think he was just like this completely straight up decent guy as he made out. I think he was like some people only there because of me. And I don't mean to have a go at it. So I'm just rolling on the cigarette. Just gonna roll a cig here.
Oh, thanks. Biz kadarız böyle işte.
I mean, I've got to ring the taxi in like 5 minutes. But like, basically, I'm bang on coming back to Sedgley House, and I know it won't be easy, and I know I'm peed some people off with these Twitter live videos. Perhaps even just annoyed them. I don't know what sort of emotion it'll be, annoyance, content, somewhere between those two. But it's like I feel like over time I can make that back up with you. Like if you really sort of made it clear you weren't interested in making up, then I would like keep pushing it. I would just sort of think, well, maybe that's like a burnt bridge or whatever. Yeah, I have lots of happy memories of being there, basically. And that's why I want to come back. All the all the people I met there. But there are cool people on my new wall, but it's very much just like it's very much just like chilling lads kind of thing. There's people on there that I really like and there's characters and that, but it's not like your place where you get all sorts kind of thing. Because your place is for that's maybe something to finish off. Then your place is for treatment resistant patients, isn't it? Well, I think I classify as a treatment. I think I'm a classic example of a treatment resistant patient. So that's all the more reason for me to come back there. Then you can treat my treatment lived inside a cave. I leave it.